Hello again. It's time for me to actually tell you something about Bible facts. Now, this is about people who are constantly scrutinizing and antagonizing people. Now, if you actually understand, you shouldn't be doing that in the first place. You shouldn't be criticizing, antagonizing, neglecting people, or even being with prideful behavior, or even telling people exactly that they are, you know, they're gonna have to marry this, they're gonna have to marry that, they're being, this is where you're gonna be if this keeps going. Who are you to tell this story? You are nobody to actually say that because you must be careful because what God does in people's lives is prove you wrong. All the things you're saying, this guy's a poor person, this guy is a hobo, this guy's a homeless, and all of a sudden, boom, that person you scrutinized and criticized is a millionaire. That person that you told you that was going to marry a old lady, 40 or 50 years old, guess what? Married a young girl because the only one who can write the story in your life is Jesus Christ. That's right. So let's go with some Bible verses that I have right here on my Bible. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna read it to you, but I have it on the screen right now. Okay. Matthew 7:35. Why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye but fail to notice the beam in your own? This is about hypocrisy, people who scrutinize others while ignoring their own issues. Romans 2:1. You who pass judgment do the same things. It calls out those who judge harshly while being blind to themselves. There's also neglect of lack of love. The Bible is very clear that neglecting someone, especially while claiming righteousness, is absolutely wrong. If you live in a horrible place, then who are you to criticize the other person? 1 John 4:20. Yeah, funny. Haha. Whoever claims to love God yet hates a brother or sister is a liar. You cannot mistreat someone and still claim to be aligned with God. James 2:13. Judgment without mercy will be shown to anyone who has not been merciful. A lack of compassion has spiritual consequences. This is why I always remain silent. I don't always try to antagonize or scrutinize people. Now, what does the Bible say about narcissistic and prideful behavior? Well, the Bible doesn't use modern narcissistic, but it strongly condemns pride, arrogance, and self centeredness. A lot of people do that. Be careful. This is what the Bible says. Second Timothy 3:1 to 5 describes people who are lovers of themselves, proud, abusive, without love, and warns believers to be cautious around them. Proverbs 16:18. Pride goes before destruction. What about the person? What about the person trying to follow God, which are the individuals that are being targeted and mistreated, like me? Matthew 5:11-12. Blessed are you when people insult you because of righteousness. Being mistreated for trying to do the right is seen and valued by God. First Peter 3:9. Do not repay evil with evil, but with blessing. You're called to respond differently, not mirror their behavior. Galatians 1:10. Am I trying to please people or am I trying to please God? Your focus is alignment with God, not their approval. Okay? You have to put boundaries. The Bible doesn't tell you to endure toxic treatment without wisdom. Okay? Proverbs 4:23. Guard your heart. Matthew 10:14. Jesus even told his disciples to walk away from people who continuously reject and mistreat them. The big picture is that the Bible would likely describe the behavior of hypocrisy, pride, lacking love, spiritually unhealthiness, and it affirms that God sees your intention if you're sincerely trying to follow Him. Sincerely, sincerely, you're not defined by their criticism. You're allowed to set boundaries while choosing not to be bitter. If you want to actually follow the Lord correctly, then you need to actually understand that life is more than just what they're saying. God will prove them wrong eventually. Stay aligned.